This bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Have y'all seen that TikTok by the Chinese guy exposing how luxury goods are actually made? Basically, he says most of the luxury brands we use every day are actually made in China, then shipped to Europe just to get rebranded and sold back to us at insane prices. Like a wedding ring that would cost $2 in China somehow turns into a $2,000 ring. China is the world's biggest manufacturing hub. 80% of your Gucci, made in China. 60% of your Prada, also made in China. Even Chanel, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Adidas, Nike, you name it. The only real difference? China ships the products to Europe, slaps on a Made in France or Made in Italy label, and boom. Luxury? It's ridiculous. While people are out here clowning Shein and Temu for being cheap and low quality, the expensive stuff you think is handcrafted in Paris or Milan? Yeah, that's made in China too. So what are you really worried about? Come on, your mega hat?
They probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say. Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike. Bet. Oh, yeah. The manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time, and here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty product? Well, we only make them for $10. Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. Tens across the board. I told y'all in the years that I lived in China, I got everything under the sun because everything is pretty much made there. So to see people learning about the actual quality that's in China, because not every...
Want to know who's the Chinese factory behind Nike, Adidas, Fila, and UGG? Number one, the biggest factory for Nike shoes in China is called FJF Group. They're located in China, Fujian. FJF is also China's biggest shoe factory. Second, the factory behind Adidas shoes is Baocheng Group in China. Baocheng Group has factories in China and in Southeast Asia. Number three, the factory behind UGG in China is called Henglong Group in Henan. Henglong Group is also the biggest factory of UGG shoes in the entire world. And number four, the factory behind Fila Group in China is called Shanghai Group, and they're located in Zhejiang, China. Comment and let me know what other products I should do next, and follow me if you want to know more factories in China.
Why are Chinese factories all over TikTok right now? Manufacturers like these guys are sharing videos claiming to expose what goes into making designer goods. They're breaking down how little it costs to put together a product and how much people are then asked to pay once a logo is stuck onto an item. They claim designers like Hermes, who make the iconic but extremely pricey Birkin bag, actually get their bags made in China, ship them to Europe to add their branding, and sell them to US customers for way more than it costs to make. That's the opposite of what Hermes says on its website, which doesn't mention China and has a map showing where they operate in France. So what are guys like this on about? It's all to do with US President Trump's tariffs. He announced 145% tariffs on most things coming from China into the USA. A tariff is basically a tax on stuff that's imported from other countries. That means, in theory, companies bringing goods from China into the US would have to pay the tariff to the US government. But that increase in cost often gets passed on to the customer, who ends up paying more for the product. Now, Chinese manufacturers have appeared to start trade war talk to fight back. They want people to know just how much is made in China and how that shouldn't be a marker of poor quality, even pointing followers to buy copies directly from Chinese factories instead, so they're not having to pay the retail price. But there's a few things dodgy about this. TikTok is banned in mainland China, so there's some suspicion about how these videos are appearing on people's For You page. One account many Americans have reacted to has now been removed, and not everyone's convinced the goods are the same as the real deal without designer tags. The TikToks have, however, sparked a conversation about how transparent brands are, who really benefits from a trade war, and how luxury goods actually...
Alibaba, buying from Alibaba. The middleman on there just raise the price up to the sky there. So that's here's the free website. I want
China, and it changes everything. For decades, luxury fashion sold us a dream. Italian leather, Parisian runways, and made in France labels. But behind the scenes, much of it was made in China, and now the people behind the curtain pulling it back. Recently, Chinese manufacturers have begun identifying themselves as the real creators of luxury goods. In viral videos on social media, factory owners reveal the truth. They've been making bags, shoes, and clothes for the world's biggest brands for years, silently. But here's the twist. Many of these products are made in China, then quietly shipped to Italy, France, or Spain for one final step. Either attaching a logo, adding a label, or boxing the item. That simple detour legally earns them a Made in Italy tag and justifies a markup of thousands of dollars. And now that the veil is lifting, these same factories are asking a provocative question. Why not just buy it from us direct? Manufacturers are now wanting to completely cut out the middlemen. With the rise of live stream shopping, e-commerce platforms like Alibaba and TikTok Shop, they're speaking directly to you, the consumer, and their offer the same quality for a fraction of the price.
Okay, so boom, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of more pages that y'all need to follow for some Chinese manufacturers. But before I do, there have been comments that I've seen where somebody was like, oh, Birkin is not made in China. But I remember a while back on this app, there was a brother from Nigeria who said that his family had worked in luxury leather goods for a very long time, but they never received the credit. And that one of the brands in which they constructed bags for was Louis Vuitton. So while it may say that Hermes, Birkins, Kellys are manufactured in Paris, Sinbags gave us the tea on that. But anyway, here's some more folks that you need to follow for more of your China manufacturing needs. You actually sources every single thing that you can think of that you can get from the dollar store. Plates, cups, toys, decor, and this is a secondary source at goods_win2. They also have just about anything that you can think of that you can find in a dollar store. If you love bangles, bracelets, brooches, say that 5 times fast. Watches, rings, you name it, Lewis Jewelry Factory got it. And last but not least, because I know the girls are looking for a hairband, check out Halo Sister Wig. They got the micro links, toupees, wigs, human hair. They even got a little kinky curly. And all of these places that I recommend have a link in their bio and or a WhatsApp number.
So I'm here gonna just hop on this Chinese manufacturer TikTok trend. The price they're giving out is pretty accurate. I mean, a lot of stuff is really cheap. Thinking about that, like Walmart, Costco, those T-shirts you're getting, you spend $20, most likely made in China, about like $1 or maybe 50 cents. So whenever you go to China, travel, all that kind of stuff, you don't even need to bring like suitcases. You don't need to bring any check-in cases. You just go there and buy whatever you need and put them in a package box. As long as you not go over like 50 pounds, you'll be fine. Just declare that as a personal use. You can get the makeup, t-shirts, bags, all that kind of stuff. Just personal use. That's fine. Yes, all this stuff are made by Chinese peasants. I wonder if Jerry Vance, why that guy have eyeliners? I mean, if MAGA people are so tough, why he put makeup?
Man, look, I don't know where to start, but let's talk about it, bro. I don't even know how I ended up on this side of TikTok with the Trump tariffs, and the Chinese manufacturer. They talking about, oh, your Gucci, your Louis that you paying $10,000 for, oh, we make it for $2. What the fuck? Wait a minute, $2? $2? How much Jordans cost? Okay, how much do a Jordan cost? All right, because over here we talking about 200, 250. I got big feet. Okay? I got big feet. Size 13. These are big. Okay? Is that a pause moment? I don't know. But anyway, can you give me Jordans for $5? I'll take it. 20 pair at $5? Shoot. I spend that $100. I spend that motherfucker. I slap it down on the table. Take my credit card, my debit card, or Apple Pay, or Zelle, however the payment needs to be sent, I will send it. Just tell me how to get to that part of TikTok, okay? Tell me how to get over there, okay? Because let me tell you something. Some of y'all sending me to wrong places, okay? One of y'all told me, oh, go to Camera Kicks, right? Okay, I'm all right, okay. I hit her up. She's talking about 155. Wait a minute, lady. I thought this was the cheaper route. 155, then and shipping and all that. I'm paying regular price. I need Klarna. I need to get my Klarna up. I got a lot of purchase power in my Klarna. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, make it work. Gotta make that happen. I can make payments. All right, $30 here, $25 here. I can do that. I can't do a full 155 plus shipping and handling.
I am about to crash out. Seriously, I'm crashing out. China, they on our ass. Let me tell you something. Y'all see all these damn bags that I have? Okay? These are the bags they're talking about. Like, I have a Birkin, a Fendi, a Louis. I've never even used this bag yet. A Chanel, Louis, Fendi, Chanel.
Sorry, sis.
Louis. And you're telling me what I've spent on all these bags. I could have China out and not spent all this money. China, I'm coming. But let me just show you all the bags that I actually really have. Look at this. Jack Louis.
Yeah, I ain't
Louis,
mad. Mine
Louis,
was gifts.
Louis,
All of them.
Dior, 3 Chanels, Fendi.
It's a lot. But they was gifts.
Chanel, Louis, Chanel, Louis, Gucci, Chanel. All of this stuff that I spent my
Poor you,
hard-earned
boo
money
boo.
on.
I'm sorry
All
for
of
you.
this? Are you freaking telling me that I overpaid for all of this shit?
You should
Let me
resell
go on
immediately.
Expedia or whatever and find me an airline ticket to China because I'm coming. I'm coming to see y'all. Look for me.
Get your
And
ticket.
I also want to add that this Louis wallet, it legit say made in France. Made in France. I am now checking all my shit. China.
China's got it for the low, and they are letting you know. If you haven't heard recently, China manufacturers have been putting it all out there, letting you know that a lot of your favorite brands that you thought were made elsewhere are actually made in China. These manufacturers are all over TikTok. They are breaking it down. They are letting you know that they have been making a lot of your favorite products for a while. Then they've been exporting them elsewhere where they're pretty much packaged and get the logo put on them, and then it's labeled as made somewhere else. So a lot of your Birkin bags, your Hermes bags, your Louis Vuitton bags, your Lululemon clothes, your Nikes, your Adidas, a lot of all of these products aren't made where you actually believe they are. Now, me personally, I knew this for a while, especially when it came to the iPhones. A lot of the products over the years, they've actually been showing you how these things have been made. A lot of the products that you thought were actually, like, say, for example, made in Italy, aren't actually made in Italy. They're just made in China, and like I said, then they're finished off in Italy and packaged as made in Italy. So they've been going in. There's one manufacturer that I love. He's actually breaking it down to the point where he's talking about where they get the leathers from, where they get the metal clips from, even all down to the oils that they use on these bags. Because a lot of people, there's a misconception out there thinking that just because it's made in China, that the quality is not good, that the products are cheap or cheaply made, or even that they only make cheap things there. So they're coming out saying, no, we also make luxury products, and a lot of the luxury brands come to us and they have deals with us, and we're making a lot of those luxury brands that you enjoy and that you pay a lot of money for. The cost of making a Louis Vuitton bag is $50, but then you're paying you know how much for it. Same thing with Lululemon, same thing with Hermes, same thing with all these Birkin bags, all these products that you're spending all this money on. They're letting you know that they got it for low, they got it on the cheap, and you can get it directly from them and escape tariffs, okay? So I'm not sure how this move is going to affect a lot of these manufacturers.